As hard as he tried, Andy could not find a good AI voice for Kermit the Frog, so he turned to me, Snoop Dogg, because I'm the closest thing you'll find to a human Muppet, faux shizzle. Enjoy this week's episode of The Throne Zone, where Scott and Andy are broadcasting from The Muppet Show.
The Throne Zone 2025 with Scott and Andy. The Throne Zone 2025 with Scott and Andy. The Throne Zone 2025 with Scott and Andy.
Welcome to the Throne Zone, Week 10, the weekly wrap-up of the greatest fantasy football league in all of fantasy football, the League of Thrones. This is the Throne Zone with Scott and Andy. I'm not Scott.
And I'm not Andy, but I do have an overwhelming sense of deja vu. I don't know why that is.
Well, let's let everybody know this is the second time Scott and I are recording the Throne Zone for Week 10. We recorded it yesterday on Tuesday, and Gremlins. We'll just say Gremlins fucked it up. Was it me? Was it Scott? Was it Gremlins? Don't know. Either way, we're recording it again. And why? Because yesterday was just a dress rehearsal.
And if the gremlins live anywhere, they live at my house, just saying. So Andy is can wipe his hands clean of this gremlin nonsense.
That's right. It was all Scott's fault. So those of you that have been sitting there eagerly awaiting this, you can send all of your complaints to Scott McGee.
How do we go from gremlins to Scott's fault? I don't understand that part of it.
Well, I was trying to cover for you, but now that you've admitted it, we're just going to burn you in effigy.
Fair enough.
As everybody can see, we're here at the Muppet Show because of the face-off between the Muppet Babies and the Electric Mayhem, but they're going to come later in the show. Instead, we're going to start somewhere different as we go to game number 1.
Game number 1.
Our first game is the Khaleesi Bowl rematch of last year with the Barstow Bats and the San Dimas Wild Stallions, and it looks like it's the same result. San Dimas gets the victory, goes to 6-4. The Barstow Bats still have the best record in the league at 7-3, but they lose, and they were the low man. They would have been the low man even if Kelly was at 100%. That is going to be a trend. All the teams that lost would have probably lost if they were also all at 100%, so the schedule was set out in destiny. Who knows? I left 41 points on the bench. I got 55 points from Jonathan Taylor. I have nothing more to say about my great performance.
Well, Kelly was the low man indeed. Everybody beats him this week. Even me. I would even beat him this week. But Andy, you picked up 3 fines along the way. You got a bad call, Bubba, for the DJ Moore fiasco. You got Butterfingers for Sam Darnold getting you 2 fumbles when you had your 2 main quarterbacks on the bye. And you picked up Sam Darnold just to give you a $5 penalty. And you also got the biggest burn because one of your guys, was it Williamson or somebody like that? Jameson Williams, scored about 26.9 on your bench and would take over DJ Moore's 0 spot. So $15 is all it cost you to get that win, but I know you wanted the win, so you're probably feeling pretty good to take that win, even at the $15 cost.
I would probably pay $15 for a guaranteed win every week, even though I'm sure in the long run then I'd still be losing money. But you know what? Then I'd be holding the trophy. That's all that matters.
That's true.
But
and speaking of JT there, your Jonathan Taylor, you're kind of riding on his back this entire season. 7 weeks he's had over 26 points. You had 55, 40, 35, 34, 32, 31, 20. My goodness. And then I tell you, I'm looking at next week, and it looks like Jonathan Taylor's on a bye week.
I'm in trouble.
So I don't know, Andy. You better back up the truck to the silo and get those horses out, my friend.
Listen, here's all I know is that the way Jonathan Taylor's been, I still expect to get about 10 points from him this week on the bye. So
You probably will. You probably will come out of the bye and just start running around, knocking over fools. And, of course, the only thing that matters to me, Andy, is you covered the spread on your game with Barstow. -6. You beat the spread. You got me some cash money. Thank you, Andy.
well,
I appreciate it.
Of course, I can understand someone like Kelly betting on his own team against me, but was it Alex and Justin? Did they bet against me?
Yeah, they teamed up against you.
Let me tell you something, guys. That kind of slight does not go unremembered. I will remember that. I remember who bet against me, and so I hope that those $5 that it cost you burned you really bad.
Nice.
But all right. Well, yeah, so there you go. I beat Kelly. Hooray for me. Kelly still has the best record, though, so, we're all still gunning for him. But if he's going to be low man again, we've all got a shot at taking it over.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was our first game. And now, let's move on to game number 2.
Game number 2.
Our second game this week is a family affair. The Maharaja's Madness and Double Trouble. And let me tell you something, Maharaja beat his father and his brother 119-104. Both teams are 5-5. Again, Double Trouble would have lost even if they were at 100%. And Justin is 2-0 against his family this year. So I'm sure Justin is going to enter Thanksgiving dinner quite smugly.
Probably will. Probably come in and steal the turkey, that guy. These are the mediocre Chroningers. They're both 5-5. I could have beat both of these teams this week. Oh, if only I had a Chroninger on my schedule this week, it would have been nice. Maharaja comes out stumbling. He's stumbling with his running back core, which used to be the strongest part of his team. And Double Trouble was almost the low man, but Maharaja did have Josh Allen and George Kittle bringing it home. So there you go. Congratulations to Mr. Turban.
As you said, they are mediocre in that they're both 5-5, but other than the 7-3 Kelly, we've got a bunch of 6-4, so 5-5 is still, they can eye the playoffs if they want.
Yep, I think that they represent that mediocre quite well, these two knuckleheads, or three knuckleheads. I keep forgetting Skip. Skip, we didn't forget about you. We know you're knuckleheading over in the corner there.
I'll never forget Skip because he's a player.
Oh, yeah. He's a player.
He is a player.
He's a player. All right, that was our second game. Let's move on to game number 3.
Game number 3.
Our third game this week is the Muppet Babies and the Electric Mayhem. That's again why we are here at the vaunted Muppet Show. The Muppet Babies, well, they win. 122-111. Muppet Babies go to 6-4. The Electric Mayhem drops to 4-6. Son beats father. Can the dynamic in that house ever remain the same? Is Connor just walking around now with a puffed chest? Is Brooks ready to beat his own child into submission? Who knows? Brooks was at 97%, and he would have lost at 100%. Connor left 19 on the bench. Doesn't matter. And he survives a -4 from his defense.
Yeah, that -4. That's San Francisco's defense. That's the second time that Connor has received the offensive defense penalty. So San Francisco really giving it to the Muppet Babies. Speaking of giving it to the Muppet Babies, I think, Daddy Brooks there is ready to turn Connor out, put him out on the streets after this whooping he took from his kid. It was only Devin Achane, or Devon, I'm not sure it's Devin or Devon, Achane from Miami that was the difference in the game. I think if he'd have scored a normal amount of points, Electric Mayhem would have taken it down, but he didn't. So, well, heck, if Bo Nix for Brooks had scored more than 8 points, if he just had an average of around 18 or so, he'd have won. But again, he didn't. And the baby is now the father. Oh my gosh. The Muppet Babies have grown up right in front of our eyes, Andy.
Right in front of us. They are a man. You're a man now, Muppet Babies. You're a man. Act like a man.
You can act like a man! What's the matter with you?
And now that Connor is walking around all proud and thrilled that he got his victory, how about we humble him a little bit with a Connor fact?
During the League of Thrones draft, Connor promised to provide a weekly personal fact about himself. Since he has failed to do this, we will provide one for him.
In an attempt to impress girls, Connor once tried to learn how to juggle. When that didn't work, he focused his attention on magic tricks. After that failed spectacularly, Connor turned to Dungeons and Dragons, thanks to the popularity of Stranger Things. Needless to say, Connor still sleeps alone.
This week's Connor fact has been brought to you by Jim Henson's Muppet Sausages. Have you ever wondered what happens to the Muppet characters that don't make it? Now you know. With new farm, fresh, tasty Muppet sausages. Part of a nutritious breakfast, or even as a tasty late-night snack, you can find Muppet sausages at your local grocery store today. Get some now before they are all sold out. It's Muppet Sausages, straight out of your nightmares and delivered directly to your kitchen table. Game number 4.
Our fourth game this week is a game that Scott is probably very familiar with. The Gaines Villains go over the Walt Disney Imp Daddies 133-123. Danny goes to 4-6. Scott slips down to 3-7. Again, Scott loses at 100%. Danny, you leave 36 points on your bench, but it didn't matter. So, Scott, take it away. I know you're probably not happy about this one.
No, I thought I was going to win there when the Eagles were at halftime. Nobody had scored, and Devontae Smith was, cruising along around 3 points or 4 points, and then all of a sudden that touchdown came in third or fourth quarter, whatever it was, and of course crushed my dreams. That's the way it goes. So I pick up another bad beat bonus for $5, but I would take those wins and put me at 5-5 would be nice. But it's not the way it works here in fantasy football. You got to show up every week. And speaking of showing up, I'm not sure how many defenses that Gainesville thinks he can start, but he apparently thinks it's like 27 because out of all the defenses he has, actually only has 3, but he started his lowest defense. So you could have really grinded my gears if you'd started some better players there, Danny. But you still won, and I'll give you your props. Don't you worry, son. Don't cry. Don't worry. Don't cry.
Well, and I thought it was very classy the way that he posted a video thanking you for the experience of playing and sportsmanship. Oh, no, wait, it wasn't that at all. He was laughing in your face. So
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. But these guys are taunting me. These kids are taunting me, and they're not even playing half of the way you can win money in this league. You don't realize these side pools, this gambling, and the NFL picks. I mean, they just stopped picking all of a sudden, thinking that you can't. I mean, you can win all your money back just with these pools.
that's because, remember, this is a league where we're only here for the gambling. By the way, I'll take this quick opportunity to congratulate you, Scott. You had a stellar week in the book. I'm impressed. I didn't. I'm actually now at even. So it's time for me to get off my ass and start making offers. But that's not why we're here. We're here to say congratulations to you for at least having one thing go right for you this week.
I'm telling you what. But I'm still in the hunt of a lot of things, and we'll cover some of the side pulls in a little while. But I'm feeling pretty good at getting my money back, and at least breaking even with this league this year, even with my dismal showing in my games so far.
Well, we're all rooting for you, Scott. You are the commissioner, so the last thing we want is you getting pissed off and walking away. That's way too much paperwork for the rest of us.
I still got a shot at a winning season. I can win 5 games and be 8-7. So I can still come out of here with my head held high.
Yeah, sure, that'll happen. All right, let's move on to game number 5.
Game number 5.
In our 5th and final game this week, the bad guys crush the CMK 95%, 191 to 103. That's right, you heard that correctly. 191 to 103. Bad guys go to 6-4. CMK goes to 4-6. It's 30 points on the bench for CMK. Didn't matter. Jacob was the high man and could have had up to 199.9 points. So, way to go, Jacob. Way to go, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. And, well, maybe it's also because he discovered that he finally found a defense worth a damn. Jacksonville picked up 8 points, which is a lot better than most of his defenses get, which is usually negative something. So maybe old bad guy has found a bad old defense. It's not truly bad, but just kind of bad in that Leroy Brown kind of way. 0.1 away from 200 points. That's pretty good. And, of course, if I'd have played Tony this week, yeah, I would have beat him too. So, oh well. Oh, my gosh. Just the bad scheduling. I blame Andy Lurie for all the bad scheduling in this league.
I didn't know I had anything to do with it, but I'll take my responsibility, I guess, as your king. So,
The king is always to blame.
yeah, Jacob bounced back, man. I mean, he had that week a couple weeks ago where it was just like, who knows, something happens. He's starting guys getting zeros, and now I think, yeah, I don't know. Is it a good idea to wake up the bad guys and get them angry? Because
I don't know. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, he's 6-4 now, just a game out. So first place. So there you go.
All right, well, congratulations, bad guys. Obviously, you're the high man if I didn't mention that, but wow. All right. Well, Scott, how about you and I take a look ahead to next week?
Yo, it's a look ahead to all the action for next week.
All right, here's how Week 11 is looking to shape up here. The Barstow Bats and the Maharajas Madness will be taking each other on 7-3 against 5-5. San Dimas Wild Stallions up against the Electric Mayhem. Come on, Brooks, my 6-4 team against your 4-6 team. The Muppet Babies also 6-4, taking on Danny's Gaines Villains, who are 4-6. The Bad Guys, the aforementioned dangerously hot bad guys, are taking on, let's see here, well, they're taking on the Walt Disney Imp Daddies. So, Scott, you have a chance to improve your 3-7 record. And last game, Double Trouble at 5-5 is taking on CMK 95%, who are 4-6. That is our look ahead to Week 11. And Scott, I know you have some information regarding our Wins League and the No Playoffs pool.
That's right. Every couple of weeks, I kind of give you an update on the Wins League. And Andy Lurie, you're still up on top here. You got 37 wins, mainly on the back of having a double dose of New England's good fortune this year. You got Buffalo in there doing some business and Indianapolis doing some business. Actually, the only thing holding you back right now are the Cincinnati Bengals. But they're going to get turned around. Burrow's going to come back right after Thanksgiving. So not that he's going to...
Who day? Who they gonna bounce back?
Yeah, well, we wish he was playing linebacker. That's what I said. But in second place in the wins league, Justin has jumped up. He's got 34 wins. He's about 3 behind you. 3 behind him is Tony at 31 wins. And then you have Alex and Skip at 29, Jacob at 28, Connor and Kelly both tied with 27 wins. Brooks has 26, Danny has 25, and I am in the rear again with 24. Only 13 out of the lead behind you, Andy. So that's your wins league update. We also have an update on the no playoffs league. Looks like most of us made pretty good picks at the beginning of the year because it looks like it's going to might be a 4 or 5 way tie at the top. Andy, myself, Alex, Brooks, Skip, we all have a combination of a random. You got to pick 5 teams, and out of the 5, these 6 teams are probably not making the playoffs that we picked. New Orleans, the Giants, Cleveland, Tennessee, Las Vegas, the Jets, and so all 4 of us, or all 5 of us, have a combination of only those teams. So it looks like we might split it. And then we have the other guys who have some good picks, but then have a couple of outliers that might screw them up. Jacob has picked Indianapolis, so that might get him.
That won't work.
Kelly has picked Chicago, the Bears.
Boo.
So that might be trouble for him. Justin has picked both Indianapolis and Carolina, who's an outlier to get in as well. Danny has Indianapolis, so Indianapolis might take out 3 people. Connor has New England. Well, there you go. They're sitting with 8 wins right now. And Tony has Carolina. So if Carolina doesn't make it, Tony might have to split with us. It might be a 6-way chop. 10 weeks in, that is your update on the No Playoffs League.
All right. Well, it's good to get that because we are technically we're 2/3 of the way through the fantasy season, not the football season.
Yeah, football season. We got about 7-8 weeks left, so we'll see how it shakes out. But anything can happen. Hell, the Cincinnati Bengals could win a game. You never know.
I sure hope they do. Now that I remember that I have them in the wins league.
That's true. That is true.
Any additional way to get money in my pocket, and as Scott said earlier, remember Scott is in the rear, so Scott is fully immersed in the rear.
I'm looking at your rear right now. But I am in the rear again.
Well, Scott, I think for a second recording, this one went perfect.
Yeah, it was ideal in every way.
I think that this was so much better than yesterday's. Yesterday's was absolute garbage. It was fate that said, hey, assholes, record this again. Spend a whole nother evening in front of microphones.
I don't know. I spent a lot of that podcast yesterday just kind of trashing people and talking shit. So maybe me toning that down a little bit this time is going to bode well for us.
Well, I got to hear you talk shit, and that's all that matters. It was great. Honest to God, the only thing I think we did not cover from yesterday was I think at some point I started yelling at Connor and told him to join the army. I don't even remember what prompted that, but
because I gave a shout out to both you and Tony for being veterans, and we were recording on Veterans Day.
Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Well, then it still stands. Connor, go out and do something with your fucking life. Join the army. Danny, you too. You guys are both young enough and probably healthy enough that you could join the army. Now, your third testicle thing is going to cause a huge problem when you try to get past the physical, Connor. But still, join the army. Be a man. Do something with yourself.
Be all that you can be, Danny. Be all that you can be.
Well, that's we're not asking a lot. Okay.
Danny.
Here we are at the end of the show where Scott and Andy are both a little more tired and now just ready to just say stupid shit. So probably as good a time as any to wrap up. So I have less to do, less to edit, less images to create.
And Andy, I know that we are Muppets here, but still, look at me. Look how damn handsome I am. Look how damn handsome I am.
Now I got to figure out how to make a Brad Pitt Muppet. This is going to be fun. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, Scott, I'll tell you what, I have something in my mind right now. You don't know what it is, and you're not going to know until you see the show. But, Scott, this is you. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, my God. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I'm good.
The Throne Zone 2025.